Here's an extensive biography of William Shakespeare. If you'd like any section expanded or adjusted, let me know. Early life and family. William Shakespeare, often regarded as the greatest playwright and poet in the English language, was born on April 23, 1564, in Stratford-upon-Avon, a market town in Warwickshire, England. He was the third of 8 children born to John Shakespeare, a successful glover and alderman, and Mary Arden, the daughter of a wealthy landowning family. Little is known about Shakespeare's early years, often referred to as the lost years. However, he likely attended the King's New School in Stratford, where he would have received a rigorous education in Latin grammar, literature, and rhetoric, a foundation that heavily influenced his later works. His schooling likely ended around the age of 14, as his father's financial difficulties required William to contribute to the household. In 1582, at the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years his senior. Their union produced 3 children: Susanna, born in 1583, and twins Hamnet and Judith, born in 1585. Tragically, Hamnet died at the age of 11, a loss that may have deeply affected Shakespeare and influenced the themes of grief and loss in his works. The lost years. The period between 1585 and 1592 is shrouded in mystery and speculation. Scholars refer to this time as Shakespeare's lost years, due to the lack of documentary evidence about his activities. Various theories suggest he may have worked as a teacher, a lawyer's clerk, or even traveled abroad. Some accounts hint at his involvement in acting troupes, which might explain his eventual move to London. Early career in London. By 1592, Shakespeare had established himself in London's theatrical world. A critical reference by playwright Robert Greene in A Groat's Worth of Wit mocked Shakespeare as an upstart crow, suggesting he had gained recognition but also faced jealousy from established playwrights. This marks the first known reference to Shakespeare as an emerging figure in the theater. Shakespeare began his career as an actor and playwright with the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a prominent acting company. The group performed at various venues, including the Theatre and later the Globe, a playhouse they co-owned. His early plays, such as Henry VI, Parts 1-3 and Titus Andronicus, demonstrated his skill in history and tragedy and set the stage for his meteoric rise. The Sonnets and Poetry. During the plague years of 1592 to 1594, when theaters were closed to prevent the spread of disease, Shakespeare turned to poetry. He published 2 narrative poems, Venus and Adonis, 1593, and The Rape of Lucrece, 1594, both dedicated to Henry Wriothesley, the Earl of Southampton. These works, marked by their erotic and mythological themes, brought Shakespeare considerable acclaim. Shakespeare also wrote 154 sonnets, likely composed over several years and published as a collection in 1609. The sonnets explore themes of love, beauty, time, and mortality, and their mysterious dedication to Mr. W.H. has fueled centuries of speculation. The Great Plays. By the late 1590s, Shakespeare was at the height of his powers. His comedies, including A Midsummer Night's Dream, As You Like It, and Much Ado About Nothing, showcased his mastery of wit, humor, and complex characterizations. Meanwhile, his history plays, such as Richard III and Henry IV, explored themes of power, leadership, and human ambition. The turn of the 17th century marked a shift in Shakespeare's tone. His major tragedies, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, delved into the darker aspects of human nature, exploring themes of betrayal, madness, and existential despair. These plays are considered some of the greatest works in world literature. Shakespeare's late romances, including The Tempest and The Winter's Tale, blended elements of tragedy and comedy, offering themes of redemption and reconciliation. These works, often considered his swan songs, reflect a more philosophical and introspective Shakespeare. The Globe Theatre. In 1599, Shakespeare and his fellow shareholders in the Lord Chamberlain's Men built the Globe Theatre on the south bank of the Thames. The Globe became synonymous with Shakespeare's work, hosting premieres of many of his plays. The theater's circular design and open-air stage created an intimate yet dynamic setting that engaged audiences of all social classes. However, tragedy struck in 1613, when a cannon fired during a performance of Henry VIII ignited the thatched roof, burning the Globe to the ground. It was quickly rebuilt, but Shakespeare's involvement with the theater diminished as he entered semi-retirement. Retirement and final years. Around 1610, Shakespeare retired to Stratford-upon-Avon, where he lived as a wealthy and respected landowner. He continued to write, collaborating with younger playwrights like John Fletcher on works such as The Two Noble Kinsmen. His final years were marked by a comfortable life with his family, though his health may have been declining. William Shakespeare died on April 23, 1616, at the age of 52. He was buried in the chancel of Holy Trinity Church in Stratford, where his grave is marked by an epitaph warning against disturbing his remains. His will, signed a month before his death, left the bulk of his estate to his eldest daughter, Susanna, and famously bequeathed his second-best bed to his wife, Anne. A detail that has intrigued scholars for centuries. Legacy. Shakespeare's impact on literature and culture is immeasurable. His works have been translated into every major language and adapted into countless films, operas, and theatrical productions. His influence extends beyond the arts, shaping the English language itself through phrases and expressions still in use today. The first folio, published in 1623 by his friends John Heminges and Henry Condell, preserved 36 of his plays, ensuring their survival for future generations. Without this compilation, many of Shakespeare's works might have been lost to history. In the centuries since his death, Shakespeare has been celebrated as a universal genius whose insights into human nature transcend time and place. His ability to capture the complexity of emotions and the intricacies of relationships has cemented his place as a cornerstone of Western literature. Conclusion. William Shakespeare's journey from the son of a small-town tradesman to the world's most renowned playwright is a testament to his unparalleled talent and enduring relevance. His works continue to resonate with audiences, offering timeless reflections on the human condition. As long as there are stories to tell and stages on which to tell them, Shakespeare's legacy will endure, a beacon of creativity and imagination. Thank you for watching the video.